Good morning, all. It is the next day. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, and we need music. Lounge. We'll do lounge. Hey, time to get to work. Oh, righty. Finishing up my tasks for the day over here. Alrighty. You know, one of the things I was thinking about was we have a couple of other small shorts that go with the Bellatrix Rising universe. This, we have the Jen and I'm actually kind of curious how much more of this we could set up, because it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's a 12-page short, of which we have not quite half done. So looking over here, I'm looking at this going, And the other question is, how much of the other one do we have? Because we have a number of shorts that are going here for this. These are all the side story shorts that go before. But what I'm wondering about is I've got the other one. No, that's not it. There was another one that was incomplete. I don't know. Is that a prologue? It is. All right. Okay. Let's do some conversion here, because these are two 12-page shorts. That's 24 pages of a preview. And we have all of the artwork for everything. So I'm not sure. I mean, we don't have all of the artwork, but I mean, 6 pages of the Mayrell and Navin one is complete, and 5 pages of the Chang and Jen part is complete. And I don't think it'd be that hard to rattle. They're all single scenes. So, I mean, there's 2 scenes in the Mayrell and Navin one, but that's it. But probably. We don't need to save that. We don't need to save that either. Look at this and see what we got. Right? This is the only time we've seen the Polaris so far either. And I feel like this would be fun to at least show the Polaris. But I think we are on the wrong page, which is not a problem. Let's go ahead and set 24 page short because it's 212s. Yeah. So let's go ahead and say new, and then say custom comic user presets export US size 3. All right, and then we'll say 24, which is actually 28. You want to cover on it, right? Call this 0. We'll call, because this is not legitimately 0, sure is close though. Let's double check for sure that we don't have an email from the printer saying you can't print this file. That would be my luck. Let's see. Ira Stephen Bear tweeted something. Nothing important. I'm not seeing anything. Brittany. Oh, I'm Brittany, apparently. It's not to be confused with human. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that says that my prints are not working. So double checking to make sure nobody has sent me. I have ended up, from time to time, I've ended up with a couple of emails that were critical or important, and they've ended up going to Nowheresville. So I'm also wearing a back brace this morning in hopes that we are doing better. It keeps me more straight. I'm noticing when I'm here, I'm not likely to lean over because it's hard to lean over. So if nothing else, it's keeping my posture squared away, but I also feel like this is better for my back. So we're going to keep the back brace on for right now. Fuss with it a little. Okay, so we've got to figure out something here because there's a click. That I missed. Because this isn't the correct custom. Nor is this. Nor is that. Does it only store 3 of them? And where's the user preset? Or is it this guy? I think it's this guy. It's my basic. Oh. Weird. We'll call it prologue to 0 point. Oh, I get it. This is a lock. Oh, I get it. Oh. Hey. Just discovered a double lock. Supporting my back. That's useful. Preposes the structure we had before. We're going to do here. So we're looking back. Act 1. Momentary ghosts. Right. Oh, hey, that's important. So we'll need vendor sets. All right. So these are the things that we will need. But for right now, we will organize and go to here and say this. And now what we have a problem with is that it doesn't remember all of my settings, and it only remembers the last 3 settings, apparently, which is really irritating to me because all these defaults I can use, but that's great, but that's none of them are the ones that I use, so we have to go and do the other side of this. Like, this is kind of aggravating because I had it all set up. And moving back out to here. I'm just helping music out. You know how it goes. Okay, we're going to set this up. In the same manner that we set up the other one. So, hang on to your butts, guys. Look at okay. Here we are. There's a button I'm missing because I don't have all the rest of the pages. I just had the binding size. No, I make it wide. I mean, it's cute. Multiple pages, which we'll fix in a second. Oh, we might as well fix it now. 26, 28. It's a click somewhere that switches this to allowing me to have my safes in here in control. And I don't know how to. Canvas is 1, 2, 7, 5, 1, 8, 0. And I can't control the inners for reasons which I'm sure make total sense. Yeah, I don't know how this can either. Somewhere there was a click that allows me to switch in here, and I don't know where it is. It's extraordinarily frustrating because I can't get the inner data. on the bindings at all. It's not the bindings I'm looking for. I don't know. I don't know where it... I feel like I can't get it until I fire it off. Change project settings. See, this still is... that's it, right there. Why isn't this a thing I can see? I don't get it. I mean, this is what I want to save. Because this is where we have our pages set up the way they're supposed to be set. Sent a note. Yes. All right. For this, the binding size finish is 115 by 190. Right, with a bleed of 5. That's fine. And then the inner is 105, 158, 158. Y offset. That is 12. Okay. Now that we've set that properly, it'll have to go through and redo everything. Watch it redo everything. Now, I take you and open you, and in theory, I'll copy, paste, right? Why doesn't it fit? What the hell? There's good news and there's bad news. I guess is today's show. Today's show will be me trying to figure out why things don't fit. Why doesn't this fit? And who do I believe? I mean, I know I'm bad at math. Don't get me wrong. I know it. I know I'm bad at math. I get it. I'm not this bad at math. There's got to be something else going on. Nothing else, that top gutter just does not line at all. Okay, going back into the project settings, let's take a look at what we've got going on here, because I think I did them wrong. Does not surprise me. But this should match, and it doesn't. Later. I am kind of live streaming me texting you. There we go. So, all right, let's figure out what we screwed up on here. The final binding. Oh, it adjusted the binding up here. Thanks. I don't need. Thanks. I hate it. Bind. One. Although I think that can't happen. And now it's past. All of this is longer than that. It's 260 is fine. 280. 260. .279 should give me 1 dot over range, right? Because it's really just 1 millimeter off range on either side. So what that space would be there in the first place. But 180 is manga size. So it can't be 180. The canvas can't be 180. I mean, even then, I can already see 180 is the canvas size, and then it says binding size is 190. So, I mean, I already know that I can see that my main sheet here is screwed up. So over by 2 millimeters, maybe. So if we want the canvas to ultimately be whatever size this is, let's cancel it. Let's just bring this in and take a look at, first of all, its main primary size. Open with Clip Studio Paint. By the way, this is actually kind of fun for me, so shrug. So let's just do change image resolution should tell us at least what it is in millimeters, right? Because we are now at 127 by 203.2. Remember, because we have to be slightly over for webcomics. Okay, so we already know by default that this needs to be 127 by, and it's not, because I'm driving myself crazy to see what could possibly go wrong here. Okay, and this really should be 203.20. There's part of our problem. Here's problem right there. Right? Rear. Why'd you call a girl rear? Okay. Right? Now we fixed that problem. There. The only other problem that I have is I think this says 260 millimeters, which it isn't. Oh, it is because I resize. Right. Okay. Makes sense. We resize, and that ends up being 423 DPI, or I don't know, something down. And I'm not sure what to think about that one, but that's okay. It's fine. We got this under control. So. Anyway, okay, so that should put us at exactly the correct size for the canvas, right? So we'll come back to here, and we will say again, I am once again talking to you about project size, right? So it needs to be 203.2, and this needs to be 127, right? And let's see if that works. What we're going to do is we're again going to set up the manga size. It's off by just a smidge, but not enough that I'm really that terribly concerned. So there you go. Did I not save because I'm an idiot? I did. Now, how do I do auto actions? We should probably figure that one out at some point here. All right. The wonderful thing is that, you look at this and you think about the amount of time that has gone into this. And now you can kind of see
an incoming call from Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. I'm talking to my friend Kevin now, who, is, on the phone. So that's who we're talking to. I'm live streaming you talking to me on the phone. Is it important? Oh, well, what is it? Oh, yes, that's complete and done. Thank you. Yeah, don't bother him. We are good. I will talk to you later. Thank you. Okay. So, that's the story. And a quarter. All right. Righty. This is not something I'm very good at. The repetitive thing like this. We do the same thing over and over and over and over. I'm not good at it. I make mistakes a lot here. So I have to go very diligently and very specifically. Because if I don't, I'll mess it up. Like that. Not one of the things that we are learning about ADD is that the attention deficit part is not the same as what normal people have when they have attention deficit. It is weird, bizarre attention deficit. In this case, like, for example, I am looking straight at this. I will hit Control and V to paste, and I have to move this one layer down, then hit Control E to flatten the layer. And it is a matter of not being able to get those wires to stop crossing weirdly, because I will hit Control V and then I will go Control E and I'll hit Control V. I just pasted it again. I don't need to paste it a second time. So that's part of the problem, is that it's not a matter of like your classic inattentiveness. The TV shows love to portray it as like us being complete space cadets. And though that is true, we are space cadets. That's not the part that's the most frustrating. The most frustrating part of it is when we lose focus for a fraction of a second, just a fraction of a second, just long enough for us to hit the wrong command. Not long enough to actually like cause the problem. It's not like I'm sitting here going all the time or anything like that. It's just long enough for us to, when these repetitive functions like this is murder. That's what I was trying to automate it. Trying to figure out how to make it into a template so that all I had to do was say, here's the template for the standard operating of this. Or like there, I lost focus for just a second and ended up saving it and then closing it, which is fine. That didn't cause any damage. But it was a weird, then it gives me that sensation of, what did I just do wrong? I know I did something wrong. And like, see, I'm doing it again. I saved it and then closed it. Okay, the back cover inside. Hello, Brent. All right, there we go. We should do this the cover page. Back cover doesn't need it. Front cover does. And it doesn't line up. I guess that shouldn't surprise me at least. All right. Okay, Brent, we've got 2 short stories, 12 pages each. One's the episode with Jen and Chang. The other one is the episode with Mayrel and you got a job offer. Woo! Job offer dance. Do the job offer dance. I think I will do it in reverse order, and I will put the episode with Chang and Jen second. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I feel like that one, we have actual, like, honest to God nudity going on in that one. And so that one's going to be a little bit more weird. And I think secondarily that might not be a bad thing. But we're going to go ahead and rig it. So here's page 3. So let's take a look at, first of all, we'll need to save this. Or we do need to save that because we changed it. That's actually page 4. Let's try this again. It's not this one, it's this one. Paste. And it is a ridiculous scale. I don't even know what it is. Nobody even knows. All right. First of all, let's figure out what the hell we're doing with this. What are we doing with it? Anybody know? All right, you, and you. Let's just do the art for right now. The jump of $5 an hour. Well, that actually is good. That's really good, actually. Glad to hear that. And that'll only take you 1 hour to buy one of my comics. So there. That means later. Okay. You. There. Now we can rescale you to the correct scale. Might be here. That's actually acceptable. Pepper's here. I'll let Pepper in. Letting Pepper in. Hi, Pepper. Oh, your microphone's off.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Now you're sneezing.
Sorry.
Godzilla. So Brent has just shared that Brent has gotten a job offer. So Brent is offered a job. Isn't that awesome?
Job?
Man,
either breaking up or not responding. Because all we got was op.
Try
Yep.
to
Nope.
connect on a
There we
different
go.
thing.
You are in and out like the burger chain. I should have mentioned that one to Kai last night. Shouldn't say his name in line, but that's right. There we go. You're back. And you have the secret to the earth.
And you can see me.
I can see you and everything.
All right. So Brent got on a job offer. That's the last thing I remember.
That's the last thing you remember before you blacked out? Okay.
Well, I never really blacked in, I guess.
Never blacked in. Okay, that's good. I like that. That was good. Wasn't ready for it, but it's all right.
So anyway,
I like that piece.
I posted this already, so if you haven't seen it on my social medias, there you go.
I think I liked all of it, but that's okay. You should show it on the show anyway.
And then I got this one done. Not sure if I showed this one on the show yet.
No? It's an ant.
Yeah, an evil one.
It's an evil ant.
And I have this one. And these are all the test panels.
Yeah, I like those panels, man. They're nice.
My problem is so after like reviewing everything, Bill wants to do the comic on hot press paper. Now the best looking results on it is cotton hot press paper, which is super expensive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't respond to people who shut my door and don't participate in the conversation, Bill. One way of getting Bill into the story.
Messages from Bill.
I just said that the hot press, is that what we're talking about? I said it's worth it.
Okay, so I just need to find cotton hot press paper.
Yeah, hot press is good. I just don't like it as much as cold press because I like the chaos that I get out of cold press.
Yeah, I just don't like the way cold press like scans and becomes digital. You see the texture. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's
like I can see it in like when you see a lot of like cartoons on Netflix or whatever, and it's like an old one that they rescanned. Like we were watching Gummy Bears, right?
Right.
And you can tell a lot of animations where the backgrounds were watercolors.
Uh-huh.
And you can see like, oh look, they used cold press in that one.
Right.
Like I don't want that legacy in there, you know?
Well, that's fair. I like cold press because it adds chaos, and for my art style, it's so precise that I love the chaos. It's a good offset. You know what I mean? Like the cold press backgrounds become so chaotic and bizarre because the paper is so rough. It's got so much tooth. But I can understand what you're saying is, I mean, for what you're talking about, I could totally get that. Yeah. So when I sit there and say, oh, I hate hot press paper, it's simply because I like the chaos. But I know that Pepper is not quite as chaotic as I am. There's a lot more chaos in my artwork.
I've done one of those D&D things, and apparently I am true neutral, so...
Right.
Like, I really don't care if things go well, but I don't really care if things go bad.
Oh, Brent made it to a tier 3 network position.
Nice.
Nice.
Working on Cisco routers. That's cute.
We could have used you at my job. Me and my coworker are going through AWS networking and setting up VPCs and subnets and having to figure out CIDR blocks. And he's like, I need to take an update on networking. And I'm like, yeah. I said, at my best, I remember not even a portion of it.
Right.
I'm always looking it up.
Yeah, that's me.
Mhm.
I mean, actually, that's not me because I'm trying very hard not to do that. I don't know why I said that's me. Like, yes, I totally understand all that networking stuff you're talking about, Bill. I did it yesterday. No, I really didn't.
Well, speaking of which, I got to get back to that
Networking.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, really, Brent was just saying that specifically so that you knew what Brent was doing. He just got a new job as a tier 3 tech, so he's all excited. And
Awesome.
so he just wanted to make sure he knew that. So I think that was what he was after. For your benefit.
Yes.
So there you go. Okay, you can go back to work now. Okay. We love you anyway. Thank you for joining
I
us.
love you all.
Yes, in my world of worlds, I am trying desperately to remember to tell people I love them and things like that, because the world is not always going to the people aren't always going to be there. You never want them to not feel loved in this world. My new benefit of being an old guy.
Benefit of being an old guy?
Yep. When you're younger, you're like, oh, I can't tell guys that I love them because that's gay and that's weird. The 80s, and the 80s sucked. But, well, the 80s didn't suck, but that particular aspect of the 80s was not necessarily a positive thing. So as I have grown older, I'm like, A, there's nothing wrong with gay, so that's always a good thing. And B,
I hope so.
Yeah, B, I am pretty comfortable now with where I am, where I wasn't so sure earlier. I think a lot of people aren't quite confident about the spectrum part of sexuality. I think that confuses people a lot. And I get that. It's a stupid move. Why did I do that? Why did I do that, Pepper? What was I thinking?
You were thinking it would work out.
I thought it would work. I was sure it would work. So how you doing, Pepper?
I'm doing good. Talked to people from my old job last night, being told that they want me to come back.
We kind of knew that was going to happen. I mean, legitimately.
Yeah, no, I did, and I do miss working with everyone, but like, I'm just emotionally, I'm not there.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
So, I mean, if I went back now, I think it would just derail any type of progress I've made. So, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But well, I have too many things that I want to do right now. So, no Jersey Devil, unfortunately, Brent, but I started this guy.
Nice.
So, but then I realized if I do this, I don't know if I can use watercolor on this due to the fact of
wood.
It's wood, like straight up wood, and I would be putting it on my front door. So it's either I find a really good matte finish spray paint sealant type deal, which is quite possible what I'll probably end up doing, or it will go on the inside of my house somewhere, most likely.
What's the... Why not put a varnish on it?
Watercolor varnishes, I've never had good experiences with them, unless they're spray varnishes, in which case I just have to, once I get to the point where I'm at that point, I need to take it to a place that I know will probably give me better advice than the last place I went.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now these things are like $30 at Michael's, and they're made so that people can sit there and do like spooky welcome signs.
It's okay, bro.
Okay.
You're good. You
That's
do what
all
you need to do.
But yeah, these things at Michael's, what they're sold for, they sell them for like $30, and most people just put like "welcome" or "happy Halloween" or something like that. No, I have to do something so
Complex and bizarre. That
yeah. You know,
you're
I'm
actually
doing
seriously
like,
contemplating using acrylics.
Yep, yeah, I am actually.
I know. I actually I know you well, and now you're doing the. I should probably just use acrylics, and I'm like, yep, that'd be where I'd be, and then I'd be like, what is my problem? Why do I hate myself so?
Yeah, I know. It's like I could probably lay down a base coat of watercolors and then put acrylics on top of that. That I don't think is an issue, but I think if I was going to use acrylics, I wouldn't get like the most expensive ones. I'd get those ones that are so, like they're like 59 cents a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not planning on selling this or anything. I'm planning on just putting it on my front door.
If we bury you here in Colorado and that's your coffin, you've got to lose a lot of weight. Like, a lot of weight. A lot.
I think if we basically turn you into, cremated remains, Brent,
Yeah.
I could totally put you in this.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
the
where
Apple
we
Beach
are
from
on that.
Walmart. Yeah, I just have I think I'm just overloading myself with work
Don't do that.
type deal.
Here it's 5 or 6 pages that I've done. It doesn't really matter. We are about 6 pages into both of these short stories. And it depends on whether we make you a nice, even layer.
I would make them a nice even layer.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1. So 16 is what starts the next one. Okay. So 16 shouldn't have these in it. Because that's the beginning of the next story. And neither should it be 15. Or 14. Problem counting thing again. How to do math. So I realized that I have 2 partial short stories, 12 pages, of which both have about 6. So I'm like, you know what? I can just compile those into one 24-page comic and wrap it up when I get around to it, but I might as well conform it, and that'll help me practice conformity. Give me something to stick. out in the universe. And so I don't know, as I have been informed by many of my friends that I'm supposed to take a break. But I still stream in the morning. I'm like, what should I do? So there's that.
Well,
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and plausibly 6. All right. We don't need you. Oh, we do need you. Cancel. Copy. There we go. That's right. We can adjust these as we get there. And then we can kill you and do not save. Good. More. Music ignoring me. Pew. Okay. Yeah.
so I got a character description of someone basically saying a Bara type character. So
Gotcha.
I'm assuming that they want this to be like a muscular, slightly overweight Japanese man.
All right.
Because that is what I have seen in my research.
Okay. I don't know what Bada means elsewhere, but I mean in Japanese it means rose. So
Have you ever heard of Bara manga?
no. Bara who?
Manga.
Bara manga. So I mean rose manga.
Bara.
Yep. It means rose. I don't know. I would just work here, man.
No.
Oh, I get it. There we go. There, we've now put in the very first page of the next manga piece. All right. I knew that this would take some time to get configured. Can't think of the words. Please help. Send help.
That same character that I just talked about is also supposed to be older. So, like, I'm drawing aged people. Don't know how well this is going to work out. So.
Oh, hey. Oh, hey. That one's close. That one's stunningly close, too. It's almost like I knew what I was doing the first time round, but forgot later on. Yep. Almost correct. Almost so close. Really, the only part that's screwed up is right here. This guy. He's a little messed up. Both sides, so. You know what? I bet you that's not what I want to do. I feel like that's not what I want to do. I think I want to do this differently. Dude, some of this is really cute. No. Oh, is this your first time on a home ship? Ensign? Yes, it is. You? I'm Dastati. I was born in a home ship. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, like all of that's great character stuff that I don't want to lose. So this is actually a good idea, I think. first click and it's a leak through everything? Really? Really? Or you could just, turn on the thing that says that we don't color everything. Let's see. Ontario, huh? What do we think, guys? Probably a spam call. I don't even know anybody in Ontario. Could be those Star Trek crew finally calling me to tell me that that they've decided that I should join the Star Trek team. That's what it is. What do you think? Watch it actually be something like that, and then I'll be like, oh, I feel really stupid. Fact, I'm like, even I've got a buddy in Canada, and even she's not in Ontario. So I'm like, I don't even know anybody who would call from Ontario. Message, though. I mean, I guess in the modern era, you can't really do that judgment and say, haha, you're obviously a scammer, because the truth is that it could be, somebody who moved from Ontario 6 years ago, but kept their phone number, So I guess really, you can't really say for sure,
I actually just have to be careful when you're ignoring.
I missed what you just said. You're mumbling.
I just have to be careful when I miss one of those guys. So.
Yeah.
I actually have been doing it.
I do not. So that's kind of one of those listed under whale. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Ankle.
It's interesting because this gray is an absolute gray, but it's kind of strangely looks green whenever I color things in. It's a sea green in color, but in black and white, it's this light gray tone. But I find it intriguing that even in black and white, it has the effect of being in color, like a green color.
Gotcha.
Kind of weird. Hey, you. How you doing?
Keep talking to George.
I'm talking to George. He's coming to visit. Good old George at the visiting time. Come up here, I'll scritch you. But I'm not chasing you all over the room. We played that game. I'm over it. I'm still over it. Maybe too dark. I like him being dark, but not that dark. Because I like the idea that all of the Najor are different colors. Like ridiculous colors, too. They don't even have to be like nominally normal.
So they're your version of like what's that race? There's a race in Star Wars where they can be like yellow, green, purple, red,
Right.
blue.
The Twi'leks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Yeah. I feel like his music's sanding or something. It's like perpetually sanding something over here.
Mm. Trying not to talk there. So how's everything going with MDK?
Do what?
How's everything going with MDK?
So far, we're doing okay. Knock on wood, we're still ahead of schedule. But, you know, I know how this works. I think everything's awesome. It'll be not awesome when we get there. That'll be next week. It's just next week. I move in on Wednesday of next week. So Tuesday will be my last show for the weekend. But then it's Wednesday through Tuesday of the following week. And I'm out for 1 week for that entire time. So you'll have to live without me.
Weekend?
Do what?
MDK is next weekend?
Yeah, the following weekend. So not this weekend, but the weekend right after that. This weekend is Fort Collins Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe now you can watch the show. Wonder if I've bringing this down 1 point will make it. There we go. I'm Deustati. I was born on a home ship. There we go. That's much better. I've been wondering if I could fix that for a while. I feel like you should find out that, you know, this race, this culture of people was born on home ships. See what I mean? Like sandpaper.
enough that it's bothering me. I'm shuffling. Hey, Patsy.
Hey, Patsy.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. This one also has sandpaper. Okay, that's it. I'm done with music here. Switching musics. I am not. I am working on a addendum. There were two 12-page shorts that were started, and then I said, you know what? I really shouldn't be working on shorts. I should work on the permanent versions. And so I went ahead and did that. And so these guys are sort of homeless. So I am giving them a home. I'm putting them into another volume because they actually can live. Well, thank you. So, yeah, I wanted to put idea studies. There we go. I'm moving you back. Wow. Sure, you are 6 or 6. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And I'm glad that the revisions did not, in fact, mess it up. The biggest changes came from you and James. And Brent did some good first blush stuff, but then Patsy, you caught all of the weird grammar errors that I don't normally think to catch. So I was really pleased with that. And then then James, who had not been with us this entire time, was like, "The heck is this? What the heck is that? Well, you haven't mentioned the starship before. What's the starship's name? You know, things like that." I'm like, "Oh crap! I didn't even think about any of that." You know. So it was like, now we got to do the thing. You know, like that. Bash it. Bash. What is it with the sandpaper noise? This one's got sandpaper noise in it too.
like today's show is brought to you by Sandpaper Noise. I'm changing to Shell Hopper. I mean, like, it's really into the idea of the Sandpaper Noise. Patsy likes your hair.
Yeah,
I dig
thank
the
you.
color of your hair too.
I have to get it re-dyed soon. That's for sure. It's going to be going into the Halloween mode of the hair. So, like, the top's going to be black and red, or like a orangish red, and then the sides are going to stay purple. But blonde's going to go away.
In favor of chartreuse.
No.
You're like, probably not.
Seeing them at the place I go and get my hair dyed at, like, their greens and blues don't really stay very fast. Like, they're gone within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I tend to stay away from that.
A little hard here, trying to get this one figured out. I like to figure it out so that they can both actually talk in this panel. Trying to give a little bit of room here.
You said top, right?
Yeah. What you working on, Pepper? Asks.
I am drawing my character design that I have to draw naked.
Naked character designs.
Yep.
Boy, we're going to have a lot of nudity all of a sudden. This one's got Chang naked in the second act of this. I did warn people. So
My problem is not the nakedness of it. My problem is I have to draw like a really buff old dude. So that's like in his 50s.
I'm in
So,
my
older
50s.
than you.
What you saying? What you saying, huh? What you saying?
No.
Huh?
Older than you and has been around the block a lot more.
You're like, uh-oh.
He
Wait.
chases down bad guys and he's a sheriff.
Now I'm having fun with you. Boy, oh boy.
So, and apparently at some point there's a scene with a mariachi band, so I have to draw a whole bunch of different figures for that too.
Right. We are hilarious. Roger, number 4 to 44 starboard. Priority traffic clear at the marker. Beginning approach. Alrighty. I'm glad I got more space on this one. It was a little bit tight here. It's still a little tight, but not that tight. I always sort of have a little bit of a problem when I get into my technobabble. We didn't start an hour earlier. We started at 9 a.m. Same as usual. Did we fall back?
Hmm?
Did we fall back?
It's not until November.
That's what Brent's saying. I don't know. That was weird. Yeah, everything looks fine to me. Everything looks nominal. Everything looks nominal. Nominal. Human. So apparently somebody was complaining that they had talked to a director named Newman. And it actually was me that they were talking to. But they misunderstood what I said and everything like that. But like we replied and said we don't have a director named Newman, and they doubled down. I talked to a director named Newman, like we were lying to them. And it was me, and I'm like, you don't even know my name apparently. I'm like,
Are you talking like for NDK?
Yeah, for NDK. Yeah, and they were doing the director said I'm entitled to a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, no, didn't say that. I remember the discussion we had, but now I am now known in the con as Newman because we've decided you have to say it like the Seinfeld Newman, Newman. Anyway, cracks me up. People like I'm going to say that you're entitled to anything, really.
Guy's my personal friend. He said that I can have a table at NDK anytime I want. I just have to show up.
You want. You got it.
It's free. I don't have to pay anything.
Free room at NDK.
Everyone will look at me like I have 4 heads going, Guy would never promise a free table for you.
Right.
Everything has to be paid for.
Exactly. Because that's, of course, what I would say. Naturally. Well, why wouldn't I say that, right? Everybody knows that's the case. Giving Brent a free room, everything would naturally happen. Yeah, man. You can't even be a director and get a free room now. The Gaylord is way past sold out. So hope nobody wants a room. What's so funny is we moved to the Gaylord, and the person who was there was used to Katsucon. They came from out on the coast where Katsucon was. That's Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And so they were like, yeah, we're pretty sure we're okay with the size of your con, but, we're not, we should be fine. We should be just fine. And we're like sitting there going, yeah, okay, but you probably still should check just in case. And they're, nah, we got this under control. We're used to Katsucon. We completely flooded the Gaylord. It was very funny. So they have decided to build more Gaylord. So it's like more. Yeah, per Director Newman. So, yep, it's very humorous. I'm like, We say it every year to everybody around. We're like, we're a monster. We're a freaking huge monster. We take up everything. We're horrible.
You're not horrible.
Well, we are to the businesses around us. When we were at the Marriott, there was a Wendy's down the street. And every year we would go in and there'd be a new manager. And we'd be like, hey, just so you know, we're a monster and we're going to come in here and flood your Wendy's with people. And they're like, we've got this. Every year, we totally are prepared every single year. And every single year they would run out of everything by like Saturday afternoon. And we'd be like, we tried to warn you. We really did. Okay, let's get rid of the converging birdly bops here. Converging tangents. I hate converging tangents. Clean up my tangents, and I think we are pretty good. I think this page is ready. There we go. Poor little Ensign Cayman. He's just nervous. We got 2 pages in. Look at us. Yeah, but you're recovering, and that's the important part. You're doing better. Oh yeah, Technobabble is intimidating. To Patsy's original statement, it is intimidating to. My problem isn't that it's intimidating. My problem is the characters are already chattering at full speed. So like I'm good. I know what they're saying. The problem is that they don't fit in word bubbles very well. It's like they just yammer incessantly, like Newman. Okay. Righty, moving to here, here. She's gonna bust his chops for not calling her sir. Not exactly sure what I'm trying to do here. Okay. First. Not even sure that any of these are straight. All right, now we're borked, like I expected us to be. her directing human. I think the funniest part is if you went in there and said that to people, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, I know what story we're supposed to be talking about here." You know, it'd be really funny. So this is 1, 2, 3. Can we call this 3? Because this is probably a smart move for us. And 5. Trying to unstack all of these things here. Two. One, and that leaves us just 1, 2, 3, 4, panel 4. Hi. Let's have a George break, shall we? It's a George break. We are George. And Fluky. And it's 11:07, so the show is pretty much over. But I'll finish breaking these panels. We'll decide what to do. A good cat, George. A little weird. Wish you wouldn't attack my coffee, but you know, short of that, you're a good cat. Well, I am glad that you are doing well, Patsy. Because that actually concerned me for a while there. I was concerned. All righty. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 5. Work, work, work.
So apparently you have student loan debt and you make more than $125,000.
What? Man, I am having a hard time with you today.
Sorry, I'm mumbling.
Yeah, well, but I mean, and your microphone, I think, is part of the reason why I'm hearing sandpaper. Because I think your microphone is auto-adjusting, so when you say something, it auto-adjusts the volume up to try to compensate. So it's okay. I think that's more where my sandpaper noise is coming from. So anyway, you were saying something.
I think it's just an excuse to blame your not so much love for the music today.
Yeah, I'm just blaming you for the not so much love of my music for reasons. Not even really good reasons, just reasons.
Just reasons.
Just reasons. I don't even have like a logic behind it. Because I am human. That's it.
You're Newman? You're not even Newman anymore. You're Newman.
Newman. That's because George was in here. Being George.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I am gonna. I still kind of want to fix this before I go because I know that I have work to do for the convention. So as soon as I clear stream today, I got to get onto the convention side. So kind of doing the. I don't want to clear stream because once I do, I got work to do, and the work's going to be work.
Yeah, I do too. Not really happy about it, but I got to do it.
It's the thing. It's what we do.
I am. I'm trying to get like a. You know, and how like you do the old animation trick where you flip the figure to do the backside so that you can have the same silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proving that I did something stupid with the silhouette before I flipped it.
Nose. Not good. All right, there we go. There we go. I am. Okay, see you later, Patsy. Actually, I'm going to call it at the end of this in a second as well. Because I want to go get food. And now that I mentioned Wendy's, I kind of feel like I want to get Wendy's.
We'll have fun at your Wendy's.
Yeah. Fun being human. I'm into this. That's funny because the only person I know is a buddy whose last name is Newman. And she's a beloved friend. So like the name has no negative connotation for me, which I think is good. There we go. Just cleaning it up a little before I bring over all the text bubbles. Now I can bring over all the text bubbles and we can close this page. All right. All right. I'm going to clear. Don't save that, but save this one and we will come back to it and continue working on it tonight. Which is fine by me. Yeah, actually, the more I think about this, the more I'm like, well, I mean, I pretty much have most of a second book set up, which could be great. 2 pre-books, like a tech manual and a prologue book, and then an issue. And then once I get the second issue done, which should happen relatively soon, then I will have a complete episode because there's 2 issues in an episode. And that'll give me the full sort of pattern that we're going to have for Bellatrix Rising. And all things will be good. So, yeah, like we got a couple of these little mini stories and things like that. And we have a couple of, you're right, we've got a couple of prose rigged stories, which require only a couple of pictures. So there's a story that I'm doing, which is prose, because it's Alex and Chang in a hot tub, hot springs. So, since Alex is 14, we don't actually want to draw that. So it works better to have that all just as a prose with like a panel at the top of Chang sitting there, because she can be naked all she wants. Nobody will care. So, but I also like this because I'm showing the Polaris, which we haven't gotten to see until now. So that's a plus. So anyway, cool. Okay, well, thanks for joining me, Pepper. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I like having you around.
I like coming in.
Yeah, I will see you guys. I'll be there tonight because tonight's Wednesday night, and I'll be here again to plug away at the end of this bit, and maybe I can put in all these pages. They take some work to get them all aligned properly, but once they're in, they're good. And the art's already done, so that'll be good. And then we can go ahead and try to figure out pre-poses for the rest of it. At least finish up the scenes. So that's all right, right? It was fine. We did our work. We did good. All was good. Okay, well, I will talk to you later. See you later, Pepper. Bye.
Bye.